Welcome to Arsenal Studios. This is Learning English with Movies. In this video we will explore the hopeful and action-packed world of 2025 Superman. The story is powerful, inspiring, and full of sharp moral challenges. It shows how even the strongest beings can struggle with identity, responsibility, and the cost of doing what's right. We'll also practice using phrases. If you are new here, the goal of this channel is to help intermediate English language students practice and improve their English skills by using movies as the main topic. If you like our content, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. The movie begins with Kal-El being sent from a doomed planet, Krypton, to Earth. Doomed, destined to fail or face a terrible end. Adopted by human parents, Jonathan and Martha Kent in Smallville, he grows up as Clark Kent, raised with kindness, humility, and human values. To take care of a child as they grow up, providing food, education, guidance, and values. Now an adult, Clark has become Superman, the most powerful superhero on Earth, fighting injustice and trying to make the world a better place. His first big test comes when he intervenes in an international conflict. However, some see him as a hero, while others see him as a threat. Threat, a danger or promise of harm. Then a mysterious villain appears. It defeats Superman for the first time. Injured, Superman retreats to the Fortress of Solitude, where he heals with the help of powerful Kryptonian robots. Solitude, the state of being alone, often in a quiet or isolated way. He learns more about his past, his Kryptonian parents' farewell message, which was damaged during transmission, only partially heard. Meanwhile, the true mastermind, Lex Luthor, is working behind the scenes. Mastermind, a person who plans and controls a difficult or important project, often secretly. Luthor also invades the fortress, steals the message from his parents, and even holds Superman's trusted dog, Krypto, hostage. As Luthor's plans escalate, a portal device or universe of Pocket and other enemies create chaos. Escalate, to grow or increase quickly, especially in seriousness or intensity. A kaiju, or giant monster, appears as a diversion, and a growing black hole threatens Metropolis. Superman must gather allies, including members of what is called the Justice Gang like Mr. Terrific, Green Lantern, and Hawkgirl, to stop the imminent disaster. Gang, a group of people acting together, sometimes for crime or mischief. At a turning point, Superman faces off against Ultraman in an intense final battle. He manages to defeat Ultraman by luring him toward the black hole. Luring, attracting or tempting someone, often into a trap or dangerous situation. Meanwhile, Lois Lane and Jimmy Olsen expose Luthor's lies publicly, restoring Superman's name. In the end, heroes win, but not without cost. Superman recovers at the Fortress of Solitude, reflecting on his identity, his heritage, both alien and human, and what kind of legacy he wants to leave. Heritage, traditions, values, or history passed down from earlier generations. Superman is more than a spectacle of superpowers. It is about belonging, the struggle between what people expect of you and who you choose to be, and the idea that true power lies not just in might, but in compassion, truth, and standing up even when the world doubts you. Before we continue, I would like to invite you to check out our Learning English with Movies book. The Learning English with Movies book was designed for intermediate English language students who love movies and filmmaking. You can practice your English skills by reading about your favorite movies, learn new key vocabulary and grammar, and confirm your comprehension with fun quizzes. The Learning English with Movies book is available for sale on the link below. For more information as well as fun and useful tips and recommendations, you can follow us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Now, let's practice some useful grammar structures, phrases. In grammar, a phrase is a group of words that works together as a unit, but does not form a complete sentence on its own. Different kinds of phrases can add time, place, purpose, or detail to storytelling. In Superman, phrases help describe not just what happens but also how, when, where, and why events unfold. An adverbial phrase functions like an adverb. It modifies a verb, adjective, or another adverb, telling us when, where, how, or why something happens. Superman arrives in Borovia just in time to stop the invasion. In this example, just in time tells us when. Lex Luthor spreads fear with ruthless precision. In this example, with ruthless precision tells us how. A prepositional phrase begins with a preposition, in, at, on, under, with, for, etc., and ends with its object. It often acts like an adjective or an adverb in the sentence. Clark finds strength in the Fortress of Solitude. In this example, in the Fortress of Solitude tells us where. Lois uncovers the truth with the help of Jimmy Olsen. In this example, with the help of Jimmy Olsen tells us how. An infinitive phrase begins with to plus verb and includes its modifiers or objects. It can function as a noun, adjective, or adverb. Superman fights Ultraman to protect innocent lives. In this example, to protect innocent lives shows purpose. He steps into the battle to prove he belongs on Earth. In this example, to prove he belongs on Earth explains why he fights. Sometimes, a string of adverbs forms a phrase that modifies a verb more strongly than a single word could. Superman charges so quickly and so powerfully that Ultraman staggers back. In this example, so quickly and so powerfully intensifies how he charges. Lois delivers her speech very clearly and very confidently. In this example, very clearly and very confidently emphasizes how she speaks. In Superman, these phrases work together to add vivid detail. Together, they give depth to the narrative, showing not just what Superman does, but how, why, and under what conditions he acts. Thanks for watching. Did you enjoy learning about Superman and the power of phrases in storytelling? Can you write your own sentence using one of these phrase types, maybe with a superhero twist? Leave a comment below and let us know.
You should get to the point where anyone else would quit, and you're not gonna stop there. No, what are you waiting for? Do it! Just do it! Yes, you can! Just do it!